What's going on, baby boys, baby girls? Ladies and gents, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. We are doing it Friday, August the 19th, 2022. Officially 2 years. Thank you for all the love and support. We're rocking and rolling, spinning on this blue floating marble, aka home, Earth. Doing it. Defying gravity. Going by the rules of gravity, using gravity, working with gravity. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are. Hope you're all safe and sound. Hope you're all having a great start to your Friday, aka the precursor to the weekend, baby. That's what it is. Shout out to the gang. Again, if you've been with me from the get-go, thank you very much. Send all the love and support right back at you. If you've just joined us today, buckle up, buckle down, get strapped. We're about to have some fun. We keep it silly here. We keep it loose. Sometimes we'll talk about this, that, and the other. Most times, we're just trying to figure it out together and have some fun. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Let's get into it. It's Friday. Today's gonna be, we're gonna go places. I have a feeling we're going places, so we're gonna have to dig. Let's do a little bit of digging. Let's go. Let's get in there. Where? The places where most don't want to go. Topics that most don't want to discuss. Or they might, I don't know. But let's get it going. Any time, any place you find yourself in a circumstance where you gotta just ask the difficult questions, you might get a little bit of this, feeling inside your tummy, inside your belly, the butterflies, that's what it is. The butterflies are flapping their wings, and it might cause you a little bit of, it's an emotion that hits you right in the belly, but that's a good thing. That means you're onto something, I think. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get right into it. Today I want to talk a little bit about different stuff, but one of the topics is pubic hair. I know we've discussed this before in different variations, but I've heard a similar line a couple of times as of late, and it's just triggered a thought process in my mind, and let's get into it. It's Hoochie Coochie time, baby. It's Hoochie Coochie time with your Hoochie Coochie man. And we'll get into that as well. But pubic hair, here's the thing. I heard a comic a while ago talk about how, people are lasering their, I'll just say it, dude. Shout out to Whitney Cummings. I heard her talk about pubic hair being lasered off the vag, which is, I didn't know people do that. Like I knew, but I didn't know like it's a thing that people like do, But then again, on Tuesday, somebody was doing a set, another female comic was doing it, and she mentioned how her friends from Australia, she's Australian, doing a set here in Toronto. And she's like, yeah, a few of my friends have lasered the coochie. The cooch, they've lasered it. And it just made me think about different things, first of all. Which, here's the thing, growing up, teenager, late teens, early adulthood, early manhood, transitioning from boy to man, child man to man child. I definitely, my taste has changed. It's evolved. The palate has evolved. It's now open to a whole array of varieties. Whereas when you're younger, you see certain things, you think that's a norm, or that's the thing to go for, or what have you. So when I was younger, let's just put it there. When I was younger, I was probably more for the, no hair campaign. Down south. I would have, if you asked me what would I prefer, I would have said, shave it, wax it if you can, if you will, nice and clean. That was because, didn't know much about the old, the mysteries of the vag, dude. It's a quest. It's a long quest, one that is full of mysteries, full of ups and downs, full of unknowns. But as I grew older, as I began to, and I appreciate the pubic hair. But here's the thing, lasering is just, that's not, I could understand. I myself have dabbled in shaving and manscaping and all that jazz. But laser, that's I didn't know females would go to that extent, but that's like permanent. That is permanent. I think I don't know. Is it like laser eye surgery where you got to get it every, I don't know, roughly a decade or so? I don't know. That's how I've heard. That's how it was for some people who had laser eye surgery. They had to go back, maybe get it done several more times after. I don't know, but it gets better obviously with tech evolving. One day you'll just get one laser eye surgery and that'll be probably it. Maybe that's already the case right now. I'm not into that world. That's not my thing. You know, I don't go around, you know, recreational eye surgery. I don't know the deets. I don't know what they're doing on the streets, but nonetheless, laser hair removal is a thing. I've heard of that. But you know, I thought people would go get it like if it's, you know, you got a stress patch on your back, you know, you got a little bit of that. You got them blades on them shoulder blades, just like, you know, sprouting a couple of hair strands, and maybe you want to get those. Or maybe not. You know, but that's the thing. People used to resort to waxing, shaving, threading. But laser, that's the you know me, I'm all about the future and I'm all about lasers. And I support lasers, and I support you making yourself feel good, however. So that's the thing. Right now, like it's all about you. It's not about me, it's all about you. What do you like? But yeah, with lasers, there's a little bit of my mind that goes to like, is it healthy? Is it safe? It's like lasers. Is it safe on? And I guess, I don't know, we'll find out. This is something that's gonna have to be played out. We'll find out, I guess, in like, you know, 50 years or 100 years, so that we have a nice sample of people to be like lasered versus non-lasered vag. Or males could get it too, I guess. Maybe you'd get it out there. I don't know how I feel about that. Lasers on my bod anywhere, you know? Even laser tattoo removal scares me, because I'll get tattoos. I'm a fan of tattoo. I don't have too many. I've got a few. I'll get one. I'll get many actually later on, when the time is right, and the moolah and the cheddar are also cooperating. But in the meantime, it's, yeah, I wouldn't think I would opt for laser hair removal or tattoo. If I get something, I want to stick with it, and it is what it is. But hair in your crotchal area, like lasers in your crotch, is that safe? Just, you know, I'm looking out for everybody, trying to look out. And also I'm looking out for myself right now a little bit as well, because again, the palate has changed, the taste has changed, you know, it's more mature now. So now I appreciate aesthetically a little bit of hair. Not gonna lie to you, fam. You know? But that's the thing too. That's what it is. Like, if you're even, you know, most females that I've been with, most, you know, trim, shave. What? I've not seen it. I'd like to, rare. It's rare. But I'm a fan of a little bit of a bush, not gonna lie to you guys. As of recent, it's a recent development. Not too recent, but you know, past few years. I was still open to it, but now I'm more appreciative of it for different reasons. I don't know why, but it's good, I think. You know, it gives you it's like a little, but here's the thing. Okay, we'll get there's so many things about it that's just interesting to me. First of all, why do we have pubic hair first and foremost? What was it for? Was it for protection? Is it protective gear of sorts? You know, for both men and women, right? Because once you arrive, dude, once you release the beast, once you spread them seeds, if you don't, you know, back in the day, I would assume that was some sort of a protection, both against STDs and STIs maybe, and also pregnancies. You know, just stop it right at the border. STDs, STIs, babies, just, you know, if you pull out, it might all just land in the pubic bone area and then get captured by the hair, is what I'm thinking. You know, put more barriers. But but that's just, but you know, that's a risky game. Still, stay like today, stay protected, strap on it, put on a couple of pair of condoms, you know, if you're not trying to make babies, that is. But yeah, and also with, again, lack of clothing back in the day, like original PPCs, where it was just like it would, yeah, it would make sense for you to have hair in your nether regions to protect you from the elements, the wind, the sun, the rain, the, you know, acid rain, you might get a little bit of hail. You know what I'm talking about? Just like freezing rain just hitting in your nads, dude. That's not fun. So that's why it probably gives you a little bit of cushion. And you could do stuff. You could do totally different stuff with it too. And but that's the thing. We don't. I think it used to be more throughout the years. It's gone less and less. I'm talking about like quantity. And it's not about quantity. It's about quality. That's what they say in regards to different matters. But in this particular case, we had more of it. Everybody was just, you know, we were all decked out in bushes, but now it's gotten less and less. Now it's more like, you know, a little hints of remnants of a bush. It's not even a bush anymore for most people. It's just a little, you know, for me, I think it's, hygiene's important, obviously. I think that's important for a lot of people. Aesthetically, I like it, dude. I like it. Ladies, I'm not gonna lie. Gives it a little bit of a, like, what's going on in there? It's a little bit of a, you know, you can still get undressed, but you're not undressed really. If you got a nice bush, it's like, oh, you're naked, but you're not. You know what I mean? I can see you, but I can't really see you. So that's nice. It leaves a little bit of mystery. Yo, you got to get in there. What's going on? Also, it was like, you know, and and back in the day, I guess things were a little bit, you know, everybody was on like survival mode, and you didn't know, am I gonna be, new people? Am I gonna be friends or foes? You know, are we fighting, or are we gonna sit around the campfire, have a little bit of roasted pig with an apple in his mouth or something? But if it didn't go down the friend path and it went down the foe path, you would have to get into like a little bit of a fighting set. Somebody like, it's extra cushion. If somebody punched you in the crotch, and you punch the bush, dude, it's like, you know, it's a couple of, back in the day, it used to be more. You're like, what's an inch of cushion gonna do for me? Back in the day, it was more. It was way more. And I got interested in this, and I looked into it again. I looked and I searched. I wanted to find the world's record holder for the longest pubic hair out there. Apparently, there's a lady from South Africa who's grown hair down on the vag, 28 inches. She's set a record apparently, but apparently though I'm not too sure because I couldn't find images, or like I didn't see anything. That was printed several times in different articles. I tried to look her up, couldn't really find anything that would be like, yes, this is solid evidence. 32 inches on her armpits, it says, and 28 inches on her vag, which is impressive. I didn't even know that's possible. 28 inches. That's what I'm talking about. You're like, how would that be protection if you let it grow? You know, they're punching you in the crotchal area, but are they even like, it's smoke and mirrors, baby. Like, where am I punching? I don't even know. What is that? If somebody, and that's the thing, people fought naked back in the day. Like right now we have, and it evolved, right? Different phases. Like right now, the modern day version of like gladiators, like, it's UFC, but like everybody's clean cut, nice, you know, spandex, everything's tight, you don't see nothing. But back in the day, I'm talking like days of the Olympics where men and women used to wrestle in the nude. Wow. You know, oh man, you're wrestling and you grab somebody by the 28 inches. Okay, maybe that's a rarity, maybe that's an anomaly, but I don't know. What's your personal best out there? I don't think I've ever gone in my life past an inch or two, I want to say. I've never, the longest maybe I've ever rocked was probably 2 inches, and that was, you know, who knows when. It's been a long time, you know. You do you, but it is interesting. 28 inches. I would like to see if that is for realsies. It'd be cool to see pictures, or also some, or at least if not pictures. Like I need that shit verified because I can't just be spewing factual evidence about the most important topics in our world today, and people be out there, because that's the thing. Maybe you're like, oh, 28 inches is too long. I can't beat that record, and you're never gonna try. Why? Because you think 28 is legit. But if 28 is not legit, let's say for realsies, it's like 7 or 8 inches, and you're already rocking like 5 or 6.5 inches, like that maybe that's your thing, dude. I'm looking out for ladies, gents. Maybe somebody out there could be a new world record holder. Maybe that's your thing. You're welcome, and I'd like to view it because it's interesting. I'm just saying, put it out there, braid it, you know. Oh man, 28 inches. You could do so many amazing things. That's miracle work, right? That's light work, dude. You're 28 inches. 12 is one, like it's almost 3 feet, 2 feet, 2, 3 feet of, you could be walking and cleaning up the place all at the same time. It could be like, you know how they used to have like, if you're just standing up, those are like, and you braid those, and it could be like beads, like, bead doors, you know what I'm talking about, where you walk through beaded doors, like they used to, not anymore, but if you braid those, that's, somebody could walk underneath and just be like, oh, hello there. Not that anybody will walk between you, but that could be a thing. You could, scale it, make it into a business, walk between my legs, and just like, it's like a haunted house sort of vibe thing. I don't know. But 28 inches is impressive if it's for reals. And if it's not, still somebody out there, whoever's rocking more, I support it. You could do so many other things with it. You could put stuff in it. It could have been used as a sort of pocket or like a pouch of sorts. You'd loose change, just stuff it in there. A little bit of Skittles for the road. A little bit of just put it in there. Oh, I'm hungry. All out of pockets. Let me just reach. Oh, there it is. Oh, a little bit of hair, and that's life. That's when you're alive. You catch a little bit in your teeth, and you just like, oh, who's flossing? Who's multitasking? That was the original flossing, man. We used to. That's how it was. I think that's how people actually started flossing, while they were going down on each other. And then eventually the flossing industry took over, and look where we're at now today. Barely anybody flossing using pubic hair. So you lose some, you gain some, and that is life, full of the ups and downs. But because now I have to, like, if I wanna, it becomes a thing now. If I want to catch somebody with pubic hair, I'd have to specifically, in my, time and again, if I'd like to watch porn and something that's not, regular porn. Most people are shaved and clean, and I appreciate that too. But every once in a while, it'd be nice to see something real, something raw, something. It's. So I'm putting it out there. If I would like it to be normalized, so that I don't have to type in my search. You're like, what do you have to search for? What do you think I have to search for if I want to see a hairy snatch? What do you think I got to search for? I just don't like typing that in. It's because it becomes like, it becomes a thing. It'd be nice if some people would just like randomly leave it in there, so I don't have to type it in there. I feel like, I'm really getting specific with my porn choice. You know what I'm talking about? So it's not even like, just every once in a while, it'd be nice to see like somebody just leave it there, so I don't have to go with that extra. You gotta get creative with this shit. You gotta, you're typing stuff, and it's like, yeah. So, to the females out there, ladies, if you're in the porn industry, I would highly appreciate if some of you guys ladies, if you just leave it, so that I don't have to feel like I gotta search for it. That'd be nice. And then eventually down the line, hopefully I'll that's the dream is to, that's the dream is to, not to. The dream is you live the dream. That's what it is, baby. That's How do you guys feel, or what's the consensus? I don't know. I think low key, I think a lot of people appreciate it. I think low key we've been trained to like do the whole, and I get it. It's all about cleanliness. It's all about like keeping things just clean and squeaky. But it already is. It's most often really is, in this day and age anyway. So lasers, that's like, should you laser, should you not laser? That's up to you. It's your body, your choice. You can do whatever you want with it. Play laser tag with it. Put in a, but that's. And I appreciate that as well. Don't get me wrong. It's not like, I'm not gonna be like, oh no hair. Let's, for being honest, like it doesn't matter. But it's just, it's nice to see variety is all I'm saying. Or not variety. It's nice to see something. Yeah, because everybody you had the landing strip, you had you had the full bush, the landing strip, you had, the triangles, this, that, and the. It'd be nice to just like leave it be for a sec. Just leave it be for a second. Can we leave it be for a second? And that's just, a little bit of my 2 cents on the matter. And what else could you do with it? You could. It's the way it looks, dude. Leave it. That's for yourself, if anything, for yourself. But if you've lasered, or if it's shaved, or waxed, it'll grow back. If it's lasered, I'm guessing it'll still come back. I don't know. Again, how good is the laser? You know what I mean? Is it real But how does that work, dude? You're sitting there with your legs up, and they're like, with laser guns, zap. Who does that? Is it a dude or a lady that does that? Is it the same as your gyno? Or what if you're a dude that wants to get it? Do male people don't have gynos? Do we have male gynos? Should we have male gynos? Not for females, for males I'm talking. Do we need somebody to just like every once in a while be like, because there's none of that. If there was a need for it, it'd be a hard sell too, just to get men to go in there and just be like, I'm gonna put my feet up and you just check my nuts to see if everything's okay. But like, I don't know how to check my nuts to see if I have a rough idea. I know what they look like and feel like, used to it, but I don't have there's a professional vag checker, a vag specialist. We don't have a male version of that. I guess there's no need. Thank God. But how would you nip something in the bud if you didn't know that you need to nip something in the bud? I guess so creating jobs. That's what we're doing. Creating opportunities, essentially. Okay, creating opportunities. But yeah, personally, I don't like it on my I used to just sometimes I would shave all of it. Now I'm again, it's becoming more mature. I'm going for the mature look. So what I'll do is I'll just I will shave my nutsack so it's like silky smooth, and just shave the nutsack, a little bit off the shaft, so that at the base of the shaft where the pubic bone region is, and then the top part I leave that. It's a nice what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to make it so that it's a nice clean bush. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm trying to grow. And that's what I'm trying to do in my life. Priorities. And yeah, like I said, I found a gray one a while back, which is again nice. It's more distinguished. It's gotten more, it's reading more books now, which is nice. Yeah, because I'm not okay with the look of because my pubic hair is it's not curly. Pubic hair is never straight. I've never seen, or maybe there is, because there's so many people out there mine's mostly straight, but there's a little bit of a little bit of wave in there. I mean, it's not curly though, but so that's the thing. I can't have straight hair coming out of my nuts, because if my nutsack this is my nutsack, straight hair, it would just look like, if it's growing a beard, dude. If it's growing like a Dumbledore beard or something, and if I can't use it to if we were outside, if everybody hundreds of thousands of years ago, if we were around the campfire, was utilizing it to come up with thoughts, if I were because people with beards or like beards, that's how you come up with thoughts. You sit around a campfire, elders, kids, shut it. Elders are trying to stroke your beard. You come up with ideas how to, make a wheel, make it this and make it that. And sometimes you have the elder, and then you have the elders, like next level elders. They do the same thing, but with their nutsack hair. Just, oh, great idea. You've seen this. It's now reduced to now it's reduced to this, or, or a little bit of this. But before it used to be long beard, you'd stroke, you come up with ideas. Same with the pubic hair. But we've come up with most of the ideas. So hence, like, it's gotta go. I can't live with that. I can't have, like, it's not a good look for me. Some people might be able to pull it off. Some people might not even be able to pull it off, but they feel comfortable enough to pull it off and they leave it. And I completely understand and support that movement as well. But for me personally, nutsacks, base of the shaft has got to go. Everything else can remain. And it's just like a nice, balanced, a mature look. We're not trying to, it's not like, it's not all gone, but the parts that need to be gone are gone. That's in my book, in my head, on my nuts. And that's how I feel about it. And the same with the females, obviously everybody, it's your body, it's your choice, you do with it what you want. My only, I don't even care if you get it lasered. I just want you to be like, I just want to make sure it's safe. That's the most, I'm looking out for your badge, ladies. You're welcome. Who else is looking out for your badge's safety? Is that fella even certified? Is that lady even certified? You're like, it wasn't even a lady, it wasn't even a fella. It was like, it was a gopher. It was a gopher, and it was strapped with some medical equipment. There was a sign, 50% off. You don't ask too many questions. You want it to be in and out quick. I get it. But, and you're like, oh, I'll fly down south, or I'll fly down, And these types of procedures, sometimes they're like, some certain cosmetics procedures, like people like go to different places and try to like, if you're trying to do anything that's, in my book, if it's concerning your health or body, like don't try to save a buck. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't be like, oh, let me, I can get this, whatever. It doesn't even have to be like removal of pubic hair. It could just be like, oh, I want to get this thing done, but it's like mad cheaper in overseas and this, but I'll do like, you'll be like, oh, it makes perfect sense. I'll travel, vacation somewhere and get a procedure done. Don't do that. And I would not do that. I wouldn't feel safe because like here or wherever you're situated, it's like you can go, and if there's need to, if something goes wrong, you can go back, locally and get it fixed or get it made. Like, but that's the thing. People think I'm gonna like, whether it's like, oh, dentistry or like, plastic surgery or this again. I'm not, whatever. So you do you. Not judging anything or any of that nature, but I'm just saying like, go somewhere where you have access. Because like if you get, you go down south, you go down somewhere where, medical procedures, they're not so like, what's a license? Who cares? We're open 7 days a week. Somebody's doing medical procedures, building you a burrito on the, bottom floor, get procedured upstairs, grab lunch to go, and everything's like really cheap. So you go down there thinking, I'm gonna get a tan, I'm gonna get a burrito, I'm gonna get whatever procedure done. You fly back. If there's need to, redo it, go back. Oh, they've gone too much, they've gone too far. You can't communicate, at least in my. So that's the thing, man. I don't know. But at the same rate, maybe you don't want to, if you sit there as maybe you want to be far away from a person who goes down in your nads and just like lasers everything off. Maybe you don't want to see them ever. And that makes sense too. Yeah, because you don't want to be like, you don't want to go too local either, right? You don't want to go too local because you don't want that lady who lasered you or that gentleman who lasered your nutsack or your vagina. You don't want them to be like a next door neighbor. Every time you make eye contact crossing a crosswalk and they're like, hey, Jimmy, and you're like, hey. and you go out of your way to make nothing out of it, but it just looks extra awkward. Like, well, you could have just nodded and be like, hey, Tom, or whatevs. But you had to get awkward, didn't you? And now everybody's like in on the know. And it's all in your head. Mostly nobody knows, but you get, you start making it a thing. I don't know you, Tom. No, I don't want any laser hair removal from my vagina is what you'll say. Passive. You didn't even need to say it. Nobody even knew, but it's in your mind now. So, it's like you try to cover it up. I guess I don't know. It's things to think about. Yeah, so don't go too local. Again, maybe different town. How about a different town? That's like perfect, medical procedures of any sort. Do it in a nearby town. You don't want to be doing it with your next door neighbor, but half an hour drive, that's nice. That's nice, dude. Yeah. I don't want any medical procedures being too close or too far. That's how I feel about my medical procedures. That's what it is. Let the record be known. Let it be known on record. Let it be recorded. For doing records, for setting records, setting it straight. Medical procedures, I want it to be within half an hour. That's distance-wise, Don't be getting up like, because that's the thing. You don't want it to be like, you don't want Tom to approach you on the crosswalk and like he's asking you about, how's the nutsack going? Yeah, how's the, did the swelling go down? Nice. I don't want to have that conversation in the neighborhood. Far away, half an hour, we're never gonna like, it's just like you're not here. I'm not there. It's fine. We're good. Everybody's happy. Too far, something goes wrong. It's been itching for 2 weeks. Nobody to report to. Nobody to get assistance from. That's what it is, man. But it's Hoochie Coochie time, baby. It's Hoochie Coochie Friday, and feeling like Friday vibes, baby. That's what it is. Sips up to you guys and gals. What is your personal best record, and what do you prefer? And also, Hoochie Coochie time. What is Hoochie Coochie time? Hoochie Coochie time is it's in the name. It's about the hoochie. It's about the hooch, baby. It's about a little bit of a drink here and there. It's about a hoochie coochie time, baby. It's Hoochie Coochie, and then the hooch is the beverage. The coochie, it's the cooch, baby. The honka honka, it's the cooch. It's the you know what it is. It's the Hoochie Coochie. Here's the thing, sometimes I'll hear words and phrases and I'll get really obsessed with a word or a phrase and I just want to know where it came from. You know what I mean? Like, what's the origin of a particular word or a phrase? And Hoochie Coochie, I started saying it in my mind and for some reason it just got stuck, and then did a little bit of digging. It's late 1800s if I'm not mistaken, and then it came to, it became, I guess, a part of the zeitgeist, or the, people's came into use in 1929. It was made popular, if I'm not mistaken, by a beautiful fella, beautiful musician, beautiful soul legend, Muddy Waters. Hoochie Coochie Man, that was the name of the song, if I'm not mistaken, 1929. I'm the Hoochie Coochie Man. So what is a Hoochie Coochie and what is a Hoochie Coochie Man? Because I had to do a little bit of digging and man, it's really neat. Okay, Hoochie Coochie, it could be, it could be interpreted in different ways, but a Hoochie Coochie is potentially, it could be a dance of sorts. You're doing a Hoochie Coochie dance, baby. It's kind of like, it's kind of maybe referencing to, I guess, a belly dance of sorts, or a Hoochie Coochie dance. A little bit of that loose dancing. Other words, other phrases that went along with it. The shimmy. Do the shimmy, baby. So you shimmy and then you do the Hoochie Coochie. So the Hoochie Coochie is either a dance. It could be a dance. It is a dance. So it could be a lady. It could be a lady, a lady who's doing the dance with the Hoochie Coochie, maybe drinking a little bit, dancing with the coochie. Out there, it's a Hoochie Coochie dance, but it's a belly dance of sorts, but with maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. It's dependent on the dancer, dependent on the viewer. And then you got Hoochie Coochie men who potentially provide the Hoochie Coochie dance, or the Hoochie Coochie ladies. Or I've even read, I don't know again how exact this is, but they could have been, again, it could have been men dressed as women, so doing drag back in. So I don't know how accurate all that is. Do your own research, but from what I understand, Hoochie Coochie it was a dance. It's the combination of the hooch, which is the booze, and the good old cooch, which is the badge. So, a bit of a, it's like that's what it was. So Hoochie Coochie man, provider of the Hoochie Coochie dance, or maybe a fan of the Hoochie Coochie dance. But I just like saying Hoochie Coochie, dude. Hoochie Coochie with me, baby. Hoochie Coochie. Fucking Hoochie Coochie all day. It just sounds nice. Doesn't even have to be sexual or anything like that. It just sounds nice. That's what are we doing? It's Hoochie Coochie time. Maybe that's what we're doing. That's what it is. I think the sexual nature of it has been removed throughout the years, but I think that's the origin of it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, how do we get here, dude? With your interest in the Hoochie Cooch, that's how we got here. Oh, and then, shit, did I get the timelines? I apologize. Muddy Waters' song wasn't in. Man, I gotta look this up now because there was a Mickey Mouse cartoon there was a Disney cartoon in 1929 called The Carnival Kid, which included the term Hoochie Coochie in it. Minnie was doing a Hoochie Coochie dance. That's right. Muddy Waters song. Hold on, yeah. Hold on a second, because I can't just be giving out false info, dude. Hoochie Coochie man. Bear with me a few seconds. (1954), if I'm not mistaken, that's when it was recorded by Muddy Waters. 1929 was what was the title of that one? Yeah, The Carnival Kid, 1929. That's the Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse cartoon. Sorry, I just have to get those. Yeah, so the term was used in that cartoon in 1929 and then made again popular by Muddy Waters in 54. But the cartoon was interesting because it was, man, the Hoochie Coochie dance. You see it in there's a 5 to 7 minute cartoon. It's about like Mickey being a carny kid, singing, dancing, doing things, and then Minnie is the Hoochie Coochie dancer, which was weird a little bit, but also interesting because that's what they made back then. So weird now that you look at it. Back then, also probably, but that's what it was back then. I'm assuming I wasn't back then, but it is funny to see. One thing about old-timey cartoons that I love, or like the original cartoons, like the black and white cartoons, I love it when they're in like distress and their arms are up in the air and it's just like, it's making like, I can't do it because I wish I could, dude. Oh man, I wish I could. Like, when they do the waves in their arms, like it goes like S shapes, they're like, oh, I'm in distress, and it's just like, I can't do it because I'm not a cartoon. I wish I could, dude. I would. Is there any way we can? I can't. Even if I tried, I can't. But that's interesting to see that and also have it depicted in a children's cartoon back in the day. But also forget the take it for what it was. Whatever it was, it was. It is what it is. But I like that term because it sounds funny. The Hoochie Coochie dance or the Hoochie Cooch. Hoochie Coochie time. It's Hoochie Coochie time. That's what it is, baby. And Hoochie Coochie time is loose. Hoochie Coochie time is fun. It's apparently for the entire family, or at one point it was, not anymore. Now nobody's using it now. Let's bring it back. Let's bring two things back together if we can. Let's bring back, a regular healthy bush, nothing drastic, you know what I mean? You can still maintain do this, that, but it wouldn't hurt you to just leave it be for a month so that I don't have to go and be like really specific with my searches on the lines. And the dream is to one day, you know, have a lady with a bush. I think that's the dream, essentially. That's where, you know, go from, that's the dream. Because, yeah, nothing is better than, you know, making love, dude, ladies, and then just napping on your partner's. That's a cushion, right? You could just put your head there. That's what it was. It's the first original pillow. Men, women used to sleep on each other's, you know. That's what it was, dude. The original pillow. The original memory foam. You know what I'm talking about. Left your ear print right in it. You know where it was. Like that's yours. That's, you know, it's, you know who's, you know, because you're out in there. And that's how people would match up and be like, oh yeah, I can. Sure, everybody looks relatively the same because we're all out in the wild. We're all dirty. We're all just a bunch of dirty hunters and gatherers. How do I know who's my partner? You look for your matching ear print by the ear print that you left while you were napping on your partner's coochal area, bush. People. That's how people would, and sometimes people would get into fights originally because people would be like, yes, I'm with such and such. They didn't even have names. And they would put their ears on the bush down below, and it wouldn't match, but they liked what they saw as they got closer. And yeah, it fits perfect. And the other fellow shows up like, no, sir, that is clearly my ear print in that fine lady's bush. And it was a whole thing. Thank God for other methods of recognizing, you know, names came about, and eventually people started to be like, yeah, monogamy's good stuff, right? But that's, you know, that's how it is. So, what do you guys prefer? Or is it gonna, man, lasers are the future, dude. Ladies, lasers are the future. And like our thoughts of what an alien, also aliens, what we put out there, what we actually think aliens look like, most often are hairless, you know. You don't, or like, you know, no genitals, no not much hair. You don't see eyebrows, you barely see a nose, bigger heads. And yeah, if there's it's just like no genitals and no pubic hair of any sort. So that's, you know, if you want to go the way of the aliens, go no pubic hair. If you wanna, you know, humanity, our culture depends on a little bit of hair, I think. Our global human culture, a little bit. It's nice. Saving humanity, one hair follicle at a time, together. So, let's say you've gone and lasered it. You need to, how could you, you know, you could obviously do the merkin. That's, you know, I support that as well. You can, natural ones, fugaze ones, you know, not, you could get, you know, because I would assume they make real good ones out. There's got to be a market for that. Same people that probably make hair wigs, you know. So get that going if you like, if you think that's a thing. But the future is also laser, dude. So I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, smooth landing for all of us down the line. Maybe it'll stop growing because if you stop using it, you'll lose it. That's the, you know, you stop using it, you lose it. So I'm gonna try to grow mine out a little bit, see how far I can tolerate it, see if I can set a new personal best. And I'll let you guys in on the new, because we're all about sharing. That's what it is. There's no holding back. There's no holding back in here, out there. We're all about, you know, just because I want to know what works. If you got a laser, and if it's not growing, I would assume you're getting colder in the winter time. If you're experiencing harsher winter conditions like we do in Canada, or places that get cold, you know, East Coast, that's what it is, baby. New York, Chicago, the Windy City, nice breeze comes in, you feel that if you're lasered. If you're not lasered, you're like, it's just another day, baby. Let's go get it. It's another day. Out here flossing. But that's what it is, the Hoochie Coochie time and the old. Because if you shave it or wax it, it could always grow back. Lasering it is just kind of permanent. initially at least, and I would something about a laser badge that makes me. I wouldn't know if you didn't tell me if it's lasered. I wouldn't know. I'll just think you shaved or it's been waxed off. So um, a little bit of it. The when it's squeaky clean, as like I obviously no qualms whatsoever. But there is like 1% of my mind goes to like it also looks like a hairless cat. If that makes any sense. Not at all, but like 1% of my like it's completely different. Hairless cat. You can't fuck a hairless cat, dude. You can try. You can try. I don't know, not advocating it. You can try, but don't. But it looks like, or it will remind me of. So, little stubble, little 5 o'clock shadow on the old badge wouldn't hurt anybody. I'm just saying. So I don't have to search for a specific niche little, because you gotta do what kind of searches do I put in to get a glimpse of a regular natural. I have to, dude. I don't have a choice. I have to type in hairy puss. I have to type in au natural, which is with au natural you get the natural. Who knows what that door will lead to? Or sometimes you might have to type in hippie chick. And it's not that you're looking for a hippie chick, or not that there is anything wrong with hippie chicks. Some hippie chicks are cool too. Most hippie chicks are cool. But that's the thing, you don't want it to necessarily be like a hippie. Like it used to just be like a regular lady used to have, that's what I'm saying. And now it's now become like a category. I don't want to have to go into a niche category just to get a glimpse of regular vag. It should just be regular vag. I don't have, you're putting the onus is on me now, and the searching is making me feel like I have to put in extra work. Whereas as a reg consumer, I think that's a regular thing. It shouldn't be its own niche little market that I gotta search for and then find other things that I might not even be looking for that. You know what I mean? I was just simply looking for that, and then you type in those things. You don't find like a reg. You find like over the top. Like I don't want the whole thing to be, I don't want to look at Sasquatch, but you sometimes stumble upon things, and wow, look at that! 2.5 minutes into a video, and it's too late now. So I'm trying to save everybody a little bit of embarrassment if possible, a little bit of, not that there's anything to be ashamed of. And if you're rocking a full bought carpet, that's cool too. But I'm just like, reg, dude, just like a slice of pizza, reg, leave it in there so that it's just, and again, the dream is to be with a lady with just, a nice full, no, that's ideal women's aesthetics, but 70s, 80s porn, nice bush, dude, nothing, I don't need to see her, but that's the thing, you type in hairy snatch, you get the whole thing, you don't know, it's covered from like head to toe in hair, now I gotta, like, there's no balance, what happened to the balance, it's all about the yin and the yang, and yeah, I don't want to have to get specific with my searches, so just regular vag with regular, so that a guy could feel reg. Is that a thing? I feel good about it. How do you guys feel about it? How do you gals feel about it? And again, overall putting it on the table, fan of all vages, tall, short, everything in between, doesn't matter. But it's like we've all now become so accustomed to so I don't want it to don't go overboard. I don't want to, but that's the thing, you're like, oh, just saying, man. It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We talked about the silliest and the most important all at the same time. It's Hoochie Coochie time. It's Hoochie Coochie Friday. I want you to go have yourself a Hoochie Coochie weekend. Talk about these videos and pass it around. Like, it's basically, think of yourselves as distributors of we are together we're like fungus, we're fun, and you can't have fungus without us. So, and there's also a G in there. So we're just a bunch of fun G's. Us, fungus. It's us having fun, baby, with fungus. We're spreading, we're growing. And you can find these videos every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday on YouTube for the full-length videos. Hit the subscribe button. It wouldn't hurt you. It would actually help you. That's right, it will help you in many different ways. How? You ask? What an interesting question. Why don't you try to find out? Son of a bitch. I see you, lady. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, see what happens. Oh, life just turned 180. Everything's changing now, isn't it? So you can find it on YouTube, hit those subscribe buttons. You can find it on Instagram, follow me if you like. And Patreon. Did I? Oh, you're like, is there a Patreon page? You goddamn right, there's a Patreon page. Patreon.com/RobsHadry. There it is. It's right there. If you want to support the show, it's right there for you. You know, so talk about it with your family, with your friends, with your gyno, with your male gyno. Shave it, don't shave it, laser it if it's safe. That's my main concern, okay? This is not about me, as I said from the beginning. It's about you and being safe out there. I just don't want to, because that's the thing, you get that lasered, next thing you know is your baby coming out with lasers? You know what I mean? Are you going to be giving birth to laser babies? Yo, laser babies are dope, dude. Not gonna lie. And that's how they get us. That's how it is, man. You laser the vag. Next thing you know, baby comes out with lasers. Pew, 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 lasers. That's gonna be hard to say no to. So, we're in that time period where there's gonna be a clear-cut divide between reg babies and laser babies. And we're gonna have to choose. It's simple, it's clear, how I feel about it, and it changes with time. But right now, let's bring back Reg Bush. Reg Bush for 2024, I support it. Do you? I'll leave you with that, boys and girls. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys back here again on Monday. Peace out.